The ceiling of Sarah's bedroom felt like it was pressing down on her, papered with sticky notes of names, terminal illnesses, and failing marriages. Every night was a marathon. "Please, Lord, heal Aunt Mary's stage 4 cancer," she whispered, her voice dry. "And the orphans in Sudan, and my neighbor's lost dog, and her head slumped against her mattress. She felt like a call center operator for a god who never picked up. The guilt was a physical weight. If she fell asleep before the list was finished and something went wrong, would it be her fault? The breaking point came during the War Room seminar at church. Pastor Mark was packing the stage, sweat beading on his forehead. "Prayer is your weapon," he bellowed, slamming a fist into his palm. "If your life is falling apart, check your prayer closet. If the enemy is winning, it's because you dropped your sword. Pray until the heavens crack open." Sarah stood up in the middle of the third row. Her hands were shaking. "And what if the sword is too heavy to lift, Pastor?" The room went silent. Pastor Mark stopped mid-stride, squinting under the stage lights. "Sarah, consistency is key to victory, daughter. Spent 3 hours a night on my knees for a year," she said, her voice cracking. "I've begged for healings that didn't happen. I've recited scriptures until the words lost their meaning. I don't feel like a warrior. I feel like a slave to a checklist. If God is my father, why does talking to him feel like a job I'm failing at?" Mark's expression softened into that practiced, pitying look. "That is the spirit of heaviness, Sarah. You need to pray through it," she whispered, grabbing her bag. "I'm tired of praying through. I'm just tired." Days later, she found herself in the small, sun-drenched kitchen of Sister Clara, a woman whose skin was like wrinkled parchment, and whose house smelled of peppermint and old Bibles. "You look like you've been fighting a war that isn't yours, child," Clara said, pushing a steaming mug toward her. "Pastor says prayer is warfare," Sarah snapped, then immediately felt ashamed. "I'm sorry, I can't do the lists anymore. I feel like if I stop, the world will stop. Like God is waiting for me to say the right magic words before he decides to be good." Clara laughed, a soft, wheezing sound. She reached across the table and closed the thick prayer journal Sarah had brought. "You've been treating the Almighty like a vending machine that's stuck. You think if you kick it hard enough with your words, the blessing will fall out. That what we're taught? Ask and it shall be given." "Child," Clara leaned in, her eyes piercing. "When my husband was dying 10 years ago, I didn't have a list. I didn't have warfare in me. I sat in that hospital chair and I just said, 'Lord, I'm scared and I'm here.' And for 8 hours, we just sat together. I didn't win a battle. I found a friend." "What about the unceasing prayer?" Sarah asked. The power isn't in the movement of your lips, it's in the resting of your heart," Clara said. "You're so busy talking at him that you've forgotten how to be with him. Try this tonight, don't ask for a single thing. Don't mention a single tragedy. Just tell him what you loved about the sunset today. Ask him what he thinks of the flowers in your garden. Stop being a soldier for 5 minutes and just be a daughter." That night, Sarah didn't go to her war room. She sat on her back porch, watching the fireflies. The silence felt terrifying at first, the names of the sick and the broken clawed at her mind, Aunt Mary, the Sudan, the dog. She took a deep breath and looked at the moon. "Lord," she whispered, "the moon is beautiful tonight. Thank you for the light." She waited for the guilt to strike. It didn't. Instead, a warmth started in her chest, spreading outward. It wasn't the frantic heat of the altar calls. It was a slow, steady peace. "I've been so angry at you," she admitted, her voice barely audible. "I thought you were a taskmaster." She sat there for an hour. She didn't break the heavens. She didn't unlock a portal. She just sat in the dark with her father, and for the first time in her life, Sarah realized that